to you.
I told you I don't know what's going on here. Hold on. But I feel like I need to tell. Oh, hello.
Wow, the light's not on. What about the
I don't know where the remote is.
Sean's barely in the screen.
What?
Jeez.
But is it correct?
Good. I don't know.
Right hand.
Left hand. Okay, we're on. Silver Dollar Fair, night 1. And let me tell you, the racing gods weren't fair to us tonight.
Oh. Ding.
Shark Tales. With Andy. Okay.
Give me your phone.
So, hold on, let me get off my pornography station.
Oh my god.
I
I'm just
always
joking.
love coming to the fair races because the stands are always packed and there's people that don't really see racing and they're just excited to see anything. My first ever win at this track was at a fair race, 1999, in an IMCA modified.
Nice.
So
I didn't think you were supposed to say MCA. Those guys always got mad.
Yeah, IMCA.
Well, it's funny because when I raced, like everybody called it IMCA back then. That's funny.
I know, but it was like taboo to say that. I remember.
This is mine.
Interesting. All right, well, I screwed that up, but yeah, so that was a long time ago, and I think I've won a couple. Like, always like winning on 4th of July races. Stands are always packed on those.
I think maybe twice ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, once for sure, maybe second time. Never at Placerville. Okay, you said your first win here. Had you won a modified race somewhere else before?
No, that was it.
First win.
That was my first.
Wow, cool.
My rookie season, and that was my first win. And then
So
won.
you beat on McDaniels and Peppenhausen and
Yeah.
the Ballers.
Yeah.
Maybe was
Joey
Dwayne
Hubbard
Cleveland.
was there. Cleveland? I don't think he was there yet. Maybe he was.
Man, that was back when the modifieds had a lot of cars too, and they were
Yes.
legit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is my phone broken?
Probably.
Okay, so here's the situation with the fair. We used to race here at the fair on Saturday and Sunday. Then for a few years it just went to Sunday. Then we got to COVID, and then racing didn't come back. We didn't race at the fair for 2 or 3 years up until last
They'd
year.
always have like an enduro race. Did they have it?
I don't know what they had. Yeah, I mean they didn't have sprint cars, so what do we give a shit? We didn't give a shit what's going on up here.
The enduro race was going on when you guys were in Marysville.
The enduro was cool.
Dennis asked me to score it one time, and I hadn't ever scored for him yet. And I'm like, I have to say yes because I want to score races. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. We'll be there. And then I was like, wait, shit, Sean's racing in Marysville right now, and I have to be at the enduro race, which is pretty
What's
comical.
all these goodies these women
Do you want a
are
peanut
eating?
butter cookie?
No, I had
I
enough
love
cookies
peanut
at the
butter.
fair. Okay,
You
so
never had better than sex? Candies?
now we've got a new regime at the
Nothing better
racetrack
than me.
and the fairgrounds. So Nick and the fair board are kind of pro racing right now. So the fair has sprint cars on Thursday, sprint cars Friday, sprint cars Saturday, tractor pulls Sunday, demolition derby Monday. So basically, SLC is in charge of 5 nights of entertainment here. And so yeah, we ran sprint cars tonight. We both raced tonight.
Yeah. But so it's always packed here because all you have to do is pay admission to get into the fair, and then the races are free.
Everything else is free.
Right.
The concert tonight was free.
And that's what I was saying earlier. Like stands are always packed because there's tons of people there. Well, it looked like a regular
Not
Friday
tonight.
night point show.
Thursday
Like,
nights
in the
don't cut the
stands.
mustard at the fair, and the concert was worse, in my opinion.
The,
There was
the concert was good, but
Yeah,
the attendance was
Spasmatics,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
80s
for
tribute
sure.
band.
They were
Yeah,
great.
they were great.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
Good
I don't know.
music.
Thursday night. Nope. We got a buzzer going off on our motorhome. I think it means that this thing's about to blow up, but it hasn't blown up yet.
Well, that's good.
Where is it coming from?
Okay,
Is
so
that carbon monoxide?
yeah, probably. If we were dead in the morning, that's the problem. Okay, so we were supposed to have 24 cars tonight, 24 cars on Friday, and then we all race heat races and main events on Saturday.
Mm.
So they didn't. I think they were at 22 tonight. A couple
Okay.
people scratched, like a couple of cars from Marysville that got crashed last week, said screw it. Clark Riolo, the crew chief of Carrick, he had some health issues,
Oh,
so they pushed till tomorrow. So we did lose a couple cars, so that's why we were only at 18.
okay.
Supposed to be at 24, we dropped to 18.
And they
So-
had 24 registered.
22.
Okay.
We did
So-
not get a full field of 48 cars.
So there might be 24 tomorrow, though.
Yeah, so we might gain a couple tomorrow that we're trying to race tonight that just didn't happen. But
And they're basically doing the Gold Cup format. So split the field in half, and like it was all points thing. Qualify for points. 6-car invert for the heat race.
Just like old times.
Yeah,
I
like
kinda
it
liked
was. It was cool.
Man, your first start in your heat race, wouldn't that have been nice? That would have gone
I would
green.
have loved it.
Jeez.
So it's so funny. I turned it on because I was at Travis's basketball game, so I turned it on, and I was like, "Go, Sean, go!" And I was pumped because it looked like you guys were racing, and then like you guys crossed back up, and I was like, "Oh, maybe that was just like warm up." I'm like, but he looked like he was racing.
So it's funny. So
No, the first start was good.
So I missed the
typically,
start,
what
but I
has
saw
always
the
happened
racing.
on the starts, if say the outside guy jump start, well, he gets
Oh,
put
yeah,
back a
yeah.
row. So then the outside guy goes up a row. So World of Outlaws
We lost
are
our
doing
dog
it.
man.
I think high limits
Yeah.
now. Everybody's crisscrossing. So basically, like, and it's the fair thing to do. Why should second place have to go back to fourth, and then fourth go to second? Like, what did third place ever do? So basically, this car will go back to fourth. Third will then move to second, and me starting fourth move to third. But you didn't want to start on the inside, like going into that start.
The
so
slick zone.
yeah, it was just a bummer deal. Like we got a great start the first time, and then got to do it over again, and then did not get a good start and fell all the way back to sixth place. So it
And-
was not good.
You did exactly what you and I made a ton of hay back in the day. Ninth quick, start fourth in your heat, get the second on the start. I mean, we made a living doing that with that format. I mean, that
Yeah.
was ninth quick at a some more show. You were like, oh man, it's gonna be a good night tonight.
And then now these formats, that's always the sucker.
How do we
hole.
get so screwed up? Yeah, now we suck. And it's the format's fault. It's not because we're
It
100
is
years
funny
old.
though because I remember like we used to have a 10 pill in Civil War, so like it was usually like between 18
you
and
could
20 that ended
qualify,
up
like,
on the
19th.
pole.
You
Yeah,
can qualify
if a
19,
10 got pulled.
transfer through your heat race, and if they draw a 10, you're
But I
on the
remember
pole.
like TK telling me one time, he's all, ninth, that's where you want to be. Because
Yeah,
I think you qualified ninth one time. And he's
It
all,
puts you
oh,
in the
he's
second-
perfect. I'm all, that doesn't sound perfect.
Puts you in the
Ninth,
second
it's like
row.
way down there.
I was quick time at Placerville Civil War show one night, and they drew a 0, and it was me and ninth quick on the front row with the 0. Second through 7th quick, none of them
Didn't
transferred
make-
out
yeah.
of their heat race
Because you were starting
because
sixth.
you had to start in the
Sixth.
3rd row. That's how we used to do it.
Way back in the day.
Okay, so you ended up driving back up to 3rd.
Yeah, I got up to third. We had a
It looked
restart.
pretty bleak there for a while. Like,
I know,
you were
like
going
it-
backwards.
Yeah, it was not good. And then, yeah, had a restart, kind of regrouped, moved my wing back a little bit. I think that helped. But yeah, just kind of picked off a couple guys, and then we were like catching second and the leader, and ran out of time. But it was promising. Felt
You
good.
did what you had to do to put you in the invert for the feature.
Yeah, and I just snuck in, so I started front row outside of the main. You started
5th.
Fifth.
I was 5th in points.
Why was your number 22 on the or 42 on the board?
Well, you know what? Because we had a new transponder. So yeah, I'll have to look into that. I actually was it always 42 no matter
Yes.
where it was? Okay. I just saw it 42
Yeah.
and I thought it was a scoreboard. So if it was 42 in every spot,
Yeah.
I need to talk to Jacob. Jacob, what the hell?
But my race
number
pass
92.
wasn't working.
Oh.
Yeah,
So there was never a running order on the flow.
my race,
So you were third early.
my thing, what
Yeah.
is it called? Transponder took a shit last week at Marysville.
Oh.
So, okay, so what did I do? I went from 5th to 3rd, and it was you, Brooklyn Holland, and me. And we were just kind of making pretty good laps.
So and I
Everybody
kept
was just-
creeping every lap. I'm looking on the board and I'm all, it says 42, but I'm like, all right, two's
Who's
still in
42?
second.
Who's
All right,
42?
Two's still in second, and I'm like, and I was expecting like, where's that 92 coming? It's gonna be
Oh,
any
I
second
was
now.
coming, too.
He wasn't even on the board. 42 beat him out.
So
punted
here's
him off
what
the
I
track.
did. While you were up there basically running perfect laps in first, I went from 3rd to 5th on a restart, got slid, and then somehow I got back to 2nd for a split second and got high centered on the track to where coming through 1 and 2, it's like the front tires weren't really touching the track. You know, I was like, I'm like, come on, get back on the track. And I fell to 7th.
Oh, jeez.
And then got back to 3rd when it was, I think you were still leading. It was you, Montgomery, and me. And so then I was like, okay, I think I'm decent. I just need to get your shit together.
Yeah.
Calm down.
And then the throttle linkage broke.
Part failure.
Yes. Stupid goddamn throttle linkage.
But then Caleb passed him, and then you go off the track, but didn't go all the way off the track. And I'm all, and you might be helping right now.
I was
That's
trying to
very
get
nice
off the
of
track,
him.
but
And I'm like,
I
this
had
is
no,
not
I couldn't
his
go
thing.
any faster. I was hitting the gas pedal and it wasn't doing nothing.
I was like, he is the last guy that is going to cause a yellow.
Have you?
when
So
he
it was
doesn't
weird.
need
It happened to me just about going into one, and I was basically full throttle, and then you lift a little bit, but then when the motor just drops the throttle, the car just straightens out and drives straight off the racetrack. And then I'm trying to figure out, is this thing blown up? What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And I could still hear the motor running, and then I could feel the gas pedal was real floppy. I'm like, okay, we got throttle linkage issues.
Yeah. So it was. Yeah.
But you were still leading,
So I
I thought.
Yes.
Yep. Well, no, Caleb took the lead.
I think he took the lead at that point.
Yeah, when your
and
caution
then your
came
caution came out, and I was second,
Second.
and then Max got me that next restart, and then I could kind of keep pace with them. Track was going away, but
Yeah, it was going away.
Chance Crafty, he kept poking his nose, but then after I got a couple laps under me, like, all right, well, hopefully something happens between those guys, but we were gonna get a podium. And then with about 6 to go, all of a sudden it started, started coughing, sputtering, like getting into turn 1. I'm like, am I seriously out of fuel? And then I get on the back stretch, and then it's like not taking the throttle at all. So then go off to turn 3, and I try to take a right off the track, and it wouldn't take a right. Then the motor did die, and I kind of hooked around and went to the water truck just to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you didn't cause yellow?
Yeah.
You're supposed to cause yellow and get out of the car and act a fool, you know,
I should've.
for the fair crowd.
Right.
Yeah. Look at me, look at me,
97
look
of
at
them.
me.
I mean, there was probably 300-ish people, maybe more. I don't know. It was, and it cleared out. I don't know if you noticed during like our track prep intermission, they left.
They're gone,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm not sure they all came back.
I don't
but-
think there was 300
Um,
in Maine. No way.
So let's talk about the new lights.
Oh.
Were there new
sun.
lights? I couldn't tell. There was.
You
sun
talking
was
about the
out.
sun?
So Silver Dollar's got the badass Musco lights. Only Knoxville and Port Royal are the only 2 other tracks that have these
I
lights.
think Millbridge has them. I was watching.
Millbridge, the go-kart track?
Yes, I was watching the go-kart race.
Oh,
and they
come
were 4
on.
wide, and the lights were going crazy.
We ain't giving no go-kart. We're not giving go-kart tracks. Not
You
dirt.
gotta
Bowman Gray's pavement.
Show respect.
So the thing is, if you want your lights to show up, it has to be dark. When you're racing at 8:30,
But this
It
is
ain't that
exactly the schedule that they wanted.
this is what
to
they
go.
wanted.
no, we had the concert started at 9. So I mean, we're like a contracted show. All these race fans that are used to us racing to 11:30 if we need to be, that ain't happening this week. Races have to be done at 9. The concerts start at 9. But
Everclear's tomorrow. Everclear was like a.
that was
a
down
big
there.
band in
It sounded
high school.
down here.
Okay, we just tracked the beeper down to under our table.
No. Have you ever like followed a smoke detector that's beeping and you go
Yeah.
stand in a room and you're like, it's not in here. I thought it was in here.
There's a plug down there. That's it.
We
Yeah,
had
that's not bad.
one of our rentals. We had a former teacher. This is how scary he was. He was a teacher. He taught kids. He couldn't figure out which smoke detector in the condo was beeping. I had to go figure it out for him. And he was a teacher.
But later, hey, he ended up with Alzheimer's. His son had to come get him and move him out.
Doesn't mean you can't figure out where your damn.
Well, we can't
Smoke
figure out
detector
in this
beeping.
small
Their
little
brains don't work.
place.
Okay, so you ran out of fuel, or you did run out
Yeah,
of
I
fuel.
didn't run out of fuel.
Yeah.
'Cause, like the tank had enough fuel in it, but something wasn't getting picked up. So
That's frustrating.
yeah, so
We at least found, we know what our problem is. That's, it's nice to have a problem and you go, oh, here it is. This is broken.
Yeah.
Your guys were still out there. I took Paul and Vince to their truck after we went out and pigged out on fair food. Your guys are still out there working on shit.
Because he's got to work on the track tomorrow.
Here's an idea. Water the damn thing.
Please.
no.
Yes.
You're not racing tomorrow.
The
You don't care.
people in the stands
Water
don't want
Saturday.
to get dusted out. They'll
through
never
away-
come
we-
back.
You can't.
We threw
You're
away-
in your
Absolutely.
VIP booth.
Oh, yeah, the
like you don't
suites,
even
too.
care.
So we got new lights. They got the
Did
suites
you
going
see
this week.
Yeah, I
It was
know.
nice.
She was
SLC.
all up on me.
What?
So they're
But that's
their
about it.
pictures. They're full
Blow
like
up.
The Gold Cup pictures
Oh,
are in,
yeah.
Okay,
in this
They're
week.
so-
sweet.
All of a sudden,
put-
I turn around. I hear Sean. I turn around and she's making out. With
I was
my-
making out with his wooden
I'm glad those didn't
cardboard.
get thrown away.
We saved them in the Turn 4 shed because
Yeah.
I knew the suites were getting built. So I'm like, well, we'll do something with these. So, yeah. My arm's broken. I had to take my arm back up.
Oh no!
really?
And my finger.
What were you doing?
No. So
Taking
yeah,
it in places
it would
that didn't
be.
belong.
We do like the SLC shows getting done around 9, even
Totally.
without the fair. I mean,
Yeah.
the Silver Cup both nights and both nights of Mini Cold Cup were done pretty early. But we got
People
these.
appreciate it.
We got these fancy lights now that really don't hit home until about 9:30 right now during this time of the sun. So yeah, we need to have races in the wintertime, I guess, when it's dark at 5. But yeah, we got they're legit NASCAR lights. I mean, they're the Musco lighting company that does all the NASCAR tracks, and they change colors, they flash, they got all kinds of different designs.
They're all up
and
on the
they
light poles.
tie
And so
in-
when there's a
tie into
yellow,
music.
they go yellow. So like all the light poles in the infield are yellow or red or green, depending on what you guys are doing, which is really cool.
I think Gold Cup will be where we first
Yeah.
really notice them.
It's still pretty bright in August. The sun doesn't go down. But anyways, so yeah, we're not racing tomorrow. You're going golfing. I might go golfing.
Yes, you're going.
I'm still pissy, but Hartsville.
Well, what
that's
are you
the
gonna
fir-
do tomorrow?
Sit here like this. And
Yeah, no, that ain't
Please
cool.
take them golfing.
Clean
I'm
up
gonna
your
take
clean up your clothes after your dog pukes on you in the middle
She's
of the night.
not puking. She was a good girl. We went to the fair. Ate a decent amount of food. Not
What'd you
crazy.
eat?
I had a corn dog. I had enchiladas and an ice cream cone.
What did you have, Sean?
Enchiladas, you had a quesadilla.
Uh,
Oh, quesadilla. Yeah,
I'm like,
you know, it's,
enchiladas.
it's,
Teriyaki chicken.
it's just
noodle
like Mexican,
bowl,
Chinese. That all
and
looks the same to me.
then Half of Travis's giant corn dog.
He
I
said,
think I got him a giant corn dog, and he took 2 bites.
I can't eat this.
I don't want this.
I go,
What
are
a
you going to eat that whole thing? He
dork.
goes, no. I said, Dad just bought you a $30 corn dog? And he goes, well, it was only 15. I go, so you just ate $3 worth? He goes, I took 3 bites. I go, yeah, $3 worth of this corn dog. I go give it to Andy. He'll
He
eat it.
needs more spankings. When was the last time he was spanked? Yeah, see, that's the
Ever?
problem. He needs more spankings.
No, you end up in jail if you spank your kid nowadays.
He'd eat his whole hot dog, though.
But he ate his whole shaved ice.
As he had goosebumps roll
Yeah,
up
then
his
he
arms.
wanted to get back to the motorhome so he can get his blanket on.
Yeah.
See, we're supposed to
Alright.
just fair food for one night at
Yeah.
the fair. You can't stretch this out over 3 days. That's gross.
Okay, Jacob says it must have just looked weird on the scoreboard. Maybe there's a cable that cuts the top part of the number off. Yeah, Jacob. Fix
He's
the
watching.
scoreboard.
He's getting
I'm
butthurt.
number 92. We've been 92 since 1968.
What does
No
it
more
look like?
42.
42?
It was 92 when qualifying.
No, don't say that. We want to make sure Jacob knows it's all fucked up.
Or did he tell you why nothing
Maybe
was
it's
working
okay
on my
in the
race
first
pass?
spot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
why?
I have to be in first.
There
You just
was-
have to be in
All right.
There
first.
was like 5 cars.
Chris said there was only 5 cars.
5 cars on my race
on
pass.
my race pass.
Okay, that's it. Let's cut this short. It's short for us.
Are we gonna do one tomorrow?
If there's something noteworthy to talk about, maybe
Okay.
if somebody takes somebody out and we want to throw gas on the fire.
Do we get
talk
to
about
watch
it.
from this week tomorrow?
Yeah.
No.
You
you
We
need
need
a,
a pit
don't?
pass.
you need a special pass.
Oh, I don't
I
know.
have a special pass and I already have the thing.
It's only allowed for 10 VIPs, and I'm not sure you're a VIP. I might get him up there.
I can't wait for you to come back to camp and ask what's for dinner.
Cookies.
Take that VIP and shove it up your ass.
Hey, I don't make the rules. I just follow them.
We'll turn this off.
I don't know how.
Right.
Oh, your fast time qualifier with an 11.7. That's not a 11.7 is pretty quick for a 360. Now that I think about it, 11.4 is a track record. Look, I didn't even look tight right there. Perfect steering wheel input. Look at that. What was your time? What'd you turn?
Like a 12-1.
Why were you? I mean,
I don't know. I
That's
felt
the
like a dog.
come on, Kyle. Put some nitro in that thing. Oh, I gotta tell Kyle. So your car owner is overworked. So we're in the work area trying to diagnose our problem. We figured it out. Not really something you can fix in time to get back out. But Kyle, he's over helping as you guys are going green and you're still leading the damn race. I'm like, get back out there and watch your car lead. Don't give a shit about me.
He was telling me when we were leading early, so I couldn't watch. Like, I had to go to the trailer. Like, I couldn't watch.
Jacob says SLC just needs to buy a new scoreboard. I agree.
Oh, geez.
We need a big screen, sweet. We want a jumbotron.
No, we
Where
need
would
that
you
in
put
the
it?
center because in the suite we don't know how many laps
I
are
actually
down.
think there's talk about where a screen will go.
Don't you have a TV in there?
Could you
It's
put
like
it
10
in
minutes
turn
behind.
3 and 4?
Oh.
Is
I
that?
don't know what their plan is, but I've heard them talking
So
about
it's
it.
like if you were
Because there's
watching
gonna be
at
another
the
grandstand,
campsite.
another set of
Absolutely.
suites.
No,
put
I
up
think it's worse.
Eventually, I don't think
Worse?
this year.
Yeah, it's on Roku TV,
How many suites are over there?
6.
and it was like 10 minutes behind.
If you're nice to me, I might take
Yeah.
you over there tomorrow.
So at one
If that'll
point
be nice.
there was a caution.
You didn't buy it. I'll ask Paul.
You guys went green.
No.
We were still in the caution. Then you guys
Can I
guys
turn
went
this off?
yellow.
Turn it off.
Okay, bye.
We're amusing
I
ourselves.
don't. I
Everybody
actually
agree?
don't know how either.
Just push buttons until it goes
Yeah.
black.
The X.
X.
And both
Marks
cars.
the
I don't know. That
Baby.
might not be the right word.
It was